Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel. So, in today's video, we are going to see uh, about a function. Okay, so I have a question for you guys. Have you guys ever wondered that how you can simplify your Python code and perform complex operation with just a single function? Okay, so today we are diving into the powerful world of the reduce function in Python. So we are going to see that how to use the reduce function, okay, and how we can easily do our Python means do our works using that Python function, okay, by creating small functions. So let's get started. So first of all, this reduce function is present in a library called functools. So how you will import the reduce function. So for importing the reduce function, you can write the code which I have written here from functools. It means from the functools library, we want to import the reduce function. Okay. Then I have created some set of examples. So let's just look out the examples and understand the use of the reduce functions for different purposes. Okay. So now the example one is for the sum of elements. So if we have a list which has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we have to do the sum of all the elements together. So then for that also we can use the reduce function. So how we can use the reduce function? For that, first we'll create an object. In that object, we'll apply the reduce function. The reduce function takes two parameters, okay, primarily. First, it takes the function, and second, it takes the iterable. So iterable is it with us, that is the numbers, and then we have to create a function. So now, the reduce function uh, are also called, this reduce function is also known as the higher order functions, because the higher order functions are the functions which can take another function as a parameter. So reduce can also take uh, a different function as a parameter. So now we have to give a function to add two values. And then the reduce function will do what? It will take the x value and the y value, and then it's going to do the sum. Then after the sum, the resultant of the x and y, it will become x. And then again, the next value will become y. So then it will add x and y. And at the end, it will return one value only. So for that, we are creating a lambda function, that is an anonymous function. So lambda x comma y means we are taking two parameters x and y, and then we are specifying means what operation we want to do. So we want to do the sum. So we have just simply done x plus y, okay, then comma, and then the iterable name numbers, and then we are printing the result. Now let's just do what? Let's just execute our cell. Okay, so first we have to import it. Now we have imported it. So now you will see we have got the sum of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. As you can see, the sum of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is 15. So we are getting 15 here. Okay. Then let's see the second example, that is for doing the product of elements. So the same thing is there. In place of the plus, we can do multiplication, and then the multiplication of all the numbers means from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 will be done, and then you will get the output. So we are printing the result. Now you can see 120. So if you calculate also, then also it will be 120, so that you can do it. Then example 3, for finding the maximum element. Okay, so for finding the maximum element also we can use the reduce functions. Okay, now let's see how. So first we have the iterable numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It is a list. Then in the reduce function, what we are doing, we are again taking a lambda function with two parameters x and y, and then we are giving a conditional statement here that if x is greater than y, so do what? Then print x, or else print y. Okay, and then there is our iterable, means the first part is for the lambda function. So this is our lambda function for finding the greater value, and then there is our iterable numbers, and then we are printing the result. So 5 will be our output. Okay, now example 4, for concatenating the strings. Now for adding strings together, for that also we can use the reduce function. Okay, now how we can use that? So there is a list of words, hello, world, from, and Python. This is a list of words, okay, and we have stored it in words. Now in the reduce function, we have created the lambda function with two parameters, x and y. And then what we are doing, we are adding x plus, then we are giving a space, and with that space, we are again adding y. So basically, when we add strings together, so it is called as concatenating. So now we are just simply adding x and y with a space, and then we are giving our list words. Then we are printing the result. So now you will see all the list of words have been added together, and you can see a single string that is hello world from Python. Okay. Now let's move to the next example. That example 5, using an initial value. Okay. So now I know that most of the people who are friendly with the reduce function, they will know that in the reduce function it takes two parameters. First it takes the function and then it takes the iterable. But it takes one more parameter, that is the initial value. Means if in these cases, in example 4 3 to 1, we haven't given the initial cases initial value. So now when we have not given the initial values, so by default it takes the initial value as 0. Okay. But when we will specify the initial value, then it will start from that 10. So because we have mentioned the initial value here after the iterable, remember one thing, first you will give the function, then you will give the iterable, and then you have to give the initial value. So now here, because we have given the initial value 10, so now the first it will add all the values together, and then it is going to add 10. So means it will start from 1. So this 10 is the initial value. So this 10 will get added in 1. So 1 is y and x is 10. Now, if we will not give x, means if we will not give 10, so it will by default take 0. So x will be 0 and y will be 1. So 0 plus 1, 1. Then x will be 1 and y will be 2. So this types addition happens. But because we have mentioned the initial value 10, so now what will happen? X is 10 and this y is 1. So 10 plus 1, it is 11. Then 11 plus 2, 13. 13 plus 3, 16. 16 plus 4, 20. And 20 plus 5, 25. So our result will be 25 here. Okay. So we can give an initial value also in the reduce function. This is the unique thing. Okay. Now, example 6 is of that how we can flatten a list of lists. Okay. It means that we have list of lists, and how we can flatten it means how we can uh, how we can change from list of list to a single list. So it is called flattening. So how we can flatten a list of lists, so that also we can do with using the reduce function. So let's see how we can do that. So it's just simple. First, we have the list of our lists, and which we have stored in lists. Then we have taken the reduce function, and then we have taken a lambda function. Inside the lambda function, we are just simply taking x comma y, our two parameters, and then we are simply doing x plus y. Okay, and then we are giving our iterable lists. And then if you'll print, so now you will see all the children lists. Okay, means the list inside our lists are now be flattened into a single list, as you can see here. Okay, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. So from this simple lambda function, and uh, this is the feature of the reduce function, that how you can easily flatten that. Okay. Now then example 7, which is very important, as you can see, it is for a mathematical purpose, that for finding the greatest common divisor, which is also known as GCD in our mathematical term. So for that also we can use the reduce function. Now how we can use the reduce function? Let's see that. So first of all, for that we have to import the math module. So we have imported the math module. Then we have numbers 48, 64, and 256, and we have to find the GCD of this. Means the greatest common divisor, means the number which is common in these three, and that number can divide all these three numbers. Okay, so that number we have to find. So we have the numbers with us, and then inside the reduce function we'll give, inside the math module there is a math attribute dot gcd. So we have to just apply that attribute here. So what we are going to do, inside that function reduce, we will provide the gcd function. So we will write math dot gcd. Okay, it is a function present in the module library, and then you will give our numbers. Okay, then we will give our iterable numbers, and then we'll print our results. So 16. So 16 is the greatest number, greatest common divisor, which can divide 48, 64, and 256. Okay, means earlier what we are doing, we were creating a user defined function, a lambda function, but now we can directly give a function of different module also. So that is also an impressive thing of this reduce function. Now let's see the example 8. That is, it can combine dictionaries also. Means the reduce function can be used to combine the dictionaries also. Let's see how. So first we have our dicts. Inside the dicts, what we have a list, and inside that list we have three dictionaries. As you can see, the values also a is the key and one is the value, b 2, c 3, and they are in different lists. They are in different dictionaries inside our list. So now using the reduce function, we are creating a lambda function inside that with two parameters x and y. Okay, and then we want our output to be inside a dictionary. So we have given a dictionary, curly braces, and inside the curly braces we have given keyword arbitrary arguments, means the exponential operator x, comma the exponential operator y. This is also the symbol for keyword arbitrary arguments. And then we have given our dicts. Okay, now let's just print the results. So now you can see, as we wanted our result to be in a dictionary, so we are getting it inside a dictionary. As you can see, the curly braces. Okay, and from these three dictionaries, from these three different dictionaries, now these all three items are inside one single dictionary. So this is how we just combine the dictionaries together and make it inside only one dictionary. Okay, now let's see the last example, that is example 9, that how we can give a custom function with inside the reduce method also. So earlier we are creating the lambda functions. Now we will create a custom function, a custom normal function, and then we'll give that inside our reduce uh, function. So we have created a function for doing the squares. So sum of squares, okay, sum of squares actually, and then we have taken two parameters x and y, and then we are returning x plus and square of y. Okay, now means what we want that the numbers first should get squared and then the addition of that number should happen. Okay, and then we have given our numbers list 1 2 3 4, and then we are using the reduce function, and then we are giving the name of the sum of squares, the custom function which we have created. Then we are giving the name of the iterable numbers, and then we are giving the initial value 0. Okay, by default also it takes a 0 only, but it is more good when you're doing working with mathematical things, so it's good to give initial value 0. Okay, so now what it's going to do, it will take the x value to be 0 initially and y to be 1. So square of y will be 1, and 1 plus 1, 1 plus 0 will be 1 only. So 1 will be there. Then x is now 1 and y is now 2. So 2 square will be 4. So 4 will get added in 1. So it will become 5. And so on it will happen till 4. And then at the end we'll get 30. Okay. So this is how we can do the sum of squares also. So this was a very interesting video for the use of the reduce functions. We see few examples that how we can use the reduce function in very interactive ways, in very unique ways. So I hope you like this video, and thanks for watching the video. We'll see you in the next video.